Hey guys, Jules here for WhatCulture.com, and if you watched yesterday's video, you'll know exactly what we're doing today because we are predicting the fate of every Avengers going into Avengers 4. So, come join me, you can check out part 1 here, which was yesterday, I believe, that went out. But yeah, if you're fresh here, go watch the first one, then come back here. Hey, again, whatever, let's go. Part 2.
Number 11, Black Panther. Current status, dusted. The unprecedented success of Black Panther's solo movie meant that his death in Infinity War was one of the most shocking of the lot. That success also means that he's guaranteed a sequel, and there's absolutely no way that he won't make it out of Avengers 4 alive. It's also very likely, because of his huge popularity, that Black Panther will have a massive role in the battle once he returns from being dusted. His strength, agility, and smarts make him one of the best fighters on the roster, and he's bound to get a few hero moments, considering how filmmakers now know that Black Panther equals money, baby! Number 10, Ant-Man. Current status, small.
So as we know from the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the little bug boy was trapped in the quantum realm. But now, thanks to the latest trailer, we can see that he's made it out alive and is going to team up with Cap and Black Widow to do whatever it is that he does in that perfect Paul Rudd way.
This means that he's perfectly set up for two things. One, his own arc to be finished, which means that he has to survive and see it to closure, and two, that we might have also got an answer to the protection against the snapping. If one can survive in the quantum realm, then maybe it might hold the answer on how to defeat Thanos. So as such, it's not much of an assumption to expect big things from the little superhero. Number 9, Doctor Strange. Current status, dusted. Doctor Strange is the only Avenger who knows what lies ahead, what with his use of the Time Stone granting him a look at Avengers 4's events. Because of this, it's all but guaranteed that he'll have a big role to play when he returns. He's seen the future where the Avengers ultimately win, and if he didn't have a part to play in that, well, how could he see it? The Time Stone surely only shows the future of the wielder and not just some random scenario that they're not actually a part of. Correct? He might not be in it much, but hopefully we'll see his little competitive arc between him and Stark come to a close, and for that reason, we reckon he'll be back big in Avengers 4. Number 8, Banner/Hulk. Current status, alive on Earth. Right, so Hulk is definitely coming out in Avengers 4, and as talked on previously, Natasha is likely the candidate to make this happen. Whether she uses a similar tactic to the one that she applied at the end of Age of Ultron, pushing him from a height, or she ends up in danger which forces the Hulk to save her, expect the on-again, off-again pair to have a crucial subplot across the movie. Now, as to what is actually going to happen to Banner and Hulk, or Hannah and Bulk, or whatever you want to call them, we can only guess that there's going to be a merging of the two personalities, which could result in a version of the Hulk with the smarts of Banner, which, with the strength of Hulk, is pretty deadly. And we probably think that if they do this, then that's going to be the MCU's prominent version of the Hulk going forward. Now, Hulk got his ass beat by Thanos, but with Banner's cleverness added to the mix, he'll be a much more deadly foe during combat. Of course, Marvel could split Banner and Hulk back further down the line, but that's an arc for another movie. Number 7, Spider-Man. Current status, dusted. Just like Black Panther, the success of Spidey's recent solo movie guarantees that he'll be alive and well come the end of Avengers 4. Plus, he has another standalone movie coming out in 2019, and therefore he kind of needs to be in it. And while that means any heavy character work will probably be saved for his sequel, it doesn't mean that the events of Infinity War won't have changed Peter, and that Avengers 4 won't change him further. Dying and being resurrected would have a huge impact on anybody who's experienced it. As a result, Peter is probably going to be a much more mature character in Avengers 4 and beyond. He knows that sacrifices are sometimes unavoidable, and dying on the job is a real possibility. I hope he doesn't lose too much of the comedy element that makes his character so appealing, but there's probably going to be some very adult choices that need to be made by the young superhero. Number 6, Thor. Current status, alive on Earth. Thor has been on one of the most crazy journeys in the MCU since he was first introduced in 2011. During Phase 1 of the MCU, Iron Man was everybody's favourite, but now, arguably, the hilarious Ragnarok has helped Thor steal the crown of MCU Golden Boy. So yes, don't expect Thor to die in Avengers 4, it feels like he's only just getting started. However, Since Thor has had so much screen time in Infinity War, his role will likely be reduced in Avengers 4, relegating him probably to some battle scenes and just some quick lines of dialogue, just because there's so much else that's going on. However, this would lead nicely into his future solo movies and even centre around him rebuilding his homeworld. Bit of arts and crafts with the dad. Number 5, Captain America. Current status, alive on Earth. Cap is one of only a few characters that just kind of feel like they're nearing the end of their stories. For a while now, the most discussion surrounding Steve Rogers has boiled down to if and when he'll pass on the shield to Bucky or Sam, and Infinity War's second trailer even made it seem like Cap was ready for the chop at Thanos' hand. Misleading, yes, but it put the idea in our heads. Chris Evans has also expressed the desire to just step away and do more directing work in the future, and has even discussed the end of the character in talk show appearances and interviews. Plus, articles about him that we've published, mostly, have just been circulating for bloody ages. Sorry about that. But his MCU contract is also going to be up, and with Avengers 4 he could just renew it, I guess, but it just kind of feels right for him to just depart, as sad as that is. We have to remember that sacrifices have to be made at some point, and who better to lay down their lives for planet Earth than Mr. America Man.
Number 4, Iron Man. Current status, alive but stranded in space.
The imminent MCU departure of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is a commonly discussed topic, and it has been for quite some time. And although he's continued to stick around, Avengers 4 looks like it might be his swan song. And there's in-movie evidence to support an Iron Man retirement scenario, but in real life, Downey is also getting ready to kickstart another franchise with Dr. Dolittle, and he's also returned for another Sherlock Holmes, for a second sequel. This is a man whose non-Marvel filmography since 2011 consists of a cameo in Chef and a role in The Judge. Him preparing to star in 2 separate blockbusters is rather telling, right? Now, Marvel won't kill off Iron Man and Captain America in the same movie. After all, they can make more money by stretching it out. Sorry if that sounded cold, but it's kind of true. And of the two, Cap seems the more likely to die, so we reckon that Tony will see it through to the end of Avengers 4. Number 3, WASP. Current status, dusted. Well, it's probably safe to assume that WASP is coming back, seeing as Marvel said that she would in the end credits. And Marvel would never lie to us, like your mum does when she said that no one fisted her last night. There's my one per list. Made you wait for it, didn't I? Eh? However, Evangeline Lilly has stated that her time in Avengers 4 will be fairly light on the ground, so it might be that she only just has a cameo or just appears at the end for a group lineup shot, so yeah, she will survive, but won't do much. Kind of like my career, as long as no one looks in that corner of the studio. Don't do it. Number 2, Captain Marvel. Current status, unknown. Presumably not dusted. Marvel has been gearing up to introduce their most powerful superhero for years, with Brie Larson's casting being announced way back in 2016. Infinity War's post-credits scene made it clear that she will be an integral part of the Avengers 4 plotline, and since she'll be the strongest hero on the team, expect her character to deal heavy blows to Thanos, and anyone else who gets in her way. That being said though, it wouldn't feel right if she was the key, the one person who ultimately saves the day. We have spent years with the likes of Captain America and Iron Man and Thor, so conveniently having some OP superhero turn up out of nowhere and just bail the Avengers out would feel a bit unsatisfying. Captain Marvel, I reckon, will therefore likely help out, but she won't be the person who kills Thanos or solves the movie's other major conflict. Plus, if she did, you kind of risk falling into Dragon Ball territory, where you just slam a person into the mix who's just like, I'm the strongest ever! Then that means that you've got to get your villains even stronger as well to make the audience even care about it. Although I would like to see Captain Marvel Rose. Yeah, do it. Yeah, why not? Changed my mind. And number 1, Gamora. Current status, dead / inside the Soul Stone. So yeah, Gamora's in a pretty weird state at the moment. While promoting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in April last year, Zoe said that she was going to be back to film Gauntlet later in the year. And even though that's not going to be the title of Avengers 4, it does mean that she was present when Avengers 4 was shooting in late 2017. Plus, Infinity War's co-director Joe Russo dropped a huge bit of information that Gamora is still alive within the Soul Stone. as the Soul Stone houses its own sort of pocket dimension where the trapped souls of many live on. This was seen at the end of Infinity War during Thanos' chat with young Gamora, and this is where Gamora is stuck now, presumably along with everyone else who got dusted. Based on all the information, Gamora will probably return in Avengers 4, but for what purpose? The filmmakers must have something special planned if they're going to undo a major death, right? Well, yes, and it's probably going to be that Gamora is the one that kills Thanos. I mean, technically she killed him in Infinity War in the Nowhere scene. I mean, that's just foreshadowing then, isn't it, really? But if you think about it, Gamora and Nebula have always been at odds because Thanos basically just came between them. So them teaming up at the end seems very likely. Eradicating their source of all their troubles together would put a poetic and emotional cap on their relationship. Ah, how lovely. And there we go, that's been our predictions of the fate of every Avenger going forward in Avengers 4. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below, as well as any ideas of what you think potentially might happen. Big love to all of you, and if it's your birthday, then happy birthday, yeah, we trumpet. Now go follow me on Twitter at RetroJ with a 0, and as always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome. Check out shop.whatculture for some dead memes on a shirt, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!